Hey everyone, Mr. Paku Paku here, taking a break from playing NBA 2K13. Yes, I said that right, NBA 2K13. It's September 2014. We are 1 month away from NBA 2K15. That's how far behind I am. Anyway, today in my video log, we'll be talking about my latest video game pickups, and I finally have a question and answer session that I'm willing to share. Alright, so as you noticed, I had an intro video there. One of the many things I've been working on. It took a while to decide what I want, and that's the simplest thing I could do. Well anyway, as far as my video game pickups go, first on the list, SimCity 3000. It's a pretty old PC game. I just enjoy building cities, being the mayor and all. Satisfying the people. Next up, Time Splitters for the PS2. I never played the first one actually. I found out about Time Splitters from the original Xbox. Played Part 2 and Future Perfect. Both were pretty impressive. Like the multiplayer aspect, it kind of reminds me of GoldenEye, the engine-wise, gameplay-wise, story not so much, but it's a pretty fun game. Can't wait to try it in Part 1. And my latest pickup from the Gaming Zone, Tempe, Arizona, is this bundle of joy right here. House of the Dead 3 and the light gun, Mad Catz. It's the Mad Catz blaster. I don't believe there was ever an official light gun for the Xbox, but this works pretty well, especially on my tube TV. And finally, a sealed copy of Killer is Dead for the Xbox 360. Haven't opened it yet. I've heard really good things about this game. Can't wait to try it. Looks like a cel-shaded cartoon. Kind of reminds me of those games like 13 or Killer 7. Those games are really great, and I'm hoping that this is just as enjoyable. Alright, well, now on to my question and answer session. Earlier this year, I requested that if people want to know a little more about me, feel free to ask anything they would like that's gaming related. And it took about 8 months to muster up 3 questions, so I'll be answering the only 3 questions that I've got. And they're pretty good questions, and I do have a response for all of them, so bear with me. First question is, how hardcore of a gamer are you? Well, if you asked me that in my teenage years, I'd say it'd be pretty hardcore. Every week I would buy a new Dreamcast game, new PlayStation 1 game, and I didn't really aim for the high-end titles. Most of the games I got were the obscure and not so well-known titles. Today they would be known as the video game gems. I wasn't really a big fan of RPGs, but I really enjoyed beat-em-ups and most first-person shooters. When I was younger than that, it was mostly platform games. So games like Joe and Mac, Super Mario Brothers, Sonic the Hedgehog, those type of games I love. Even if they were rip-offs, I would enjoy playing them. But fast forward to today, as far as hardcore gaming goes, I spend some time on Xbox Live and Steam, but I don't spend hours upon hours anymore. Those days are far behind me. Even when it comes to competitive gaming, the last competitive gaming I took seriously was Halo 2 on Xbox Live, and possibly Halo 3. But, during those times, I would really practice, play against friends, play against strangers, any competition I can get into. I didn't win many times, but I took it seriously. But today's time, no. I just play for fun. I play to discover what's new. So I'm just keeping track of what comes out and what's popular. But as far as hardcore gaming, where I spend 14 hours straight playing, those Warcraft 3 and StarCraft gaming days are far behind. So, second question. Do you ever play games as a different gender? I'm guessing they mean, do I ever play as a female character? And the answer to that is yes, a lot of times. Not so many times when I create the character. However, I've played as Miss Pac-Man in Miss Pac-Man. Another game would be those sports games like Virtual Tennis, Sega Superstars Tennis, where you do play as female characters to unlock certain things. Sure. Even Call of Duty Ghosts, instead of changing the character into a female or into a male character, I usually just leave it as whatever it is, and if I get a female character to Prestige, then so be it. I just don't like wasting time, dressing up the character, making this person look, a certain way. So usually, if the gender is different, if the gender default is female, I usually roll with it. If not, then I just play the game. But as far as games like Fable or World of Warcraft, there are times when I do play as the female character, where I do create this and that, but not so much. Not really importance to me of whether you're a guy or a girl protagonist. As long as the game is fun, I guess. But the question was if I ever do play as a different gender, and I do. Reasons why? No reason really. If it's a default, then I just play with it. I don't spend time switching out. It's not really worth it. I just want to get the game over with, play it, and move on. Okay, third question. Do you consider yourself as... Okay guys, sorry about that, but my camera shut off for some reason. I have no idea, maybe it overheated. But just finished this video off. Third question was, do I consider myself as a retro gamer? Honestly, no. I do love video games of all kinds. I do most of my content on retro games only because those were the games that I grew up on. I have fonder and better memories of Street Fighter 2 Turbo than I do with Street Fighter 3 or even Street Fighter 4 for the Xbox 360. I do love all games equally. I mean, I could proclaim about Super Mario Bros. 3, but I'll also pop in and play Halo 3 or Halo 4 today. I could say I love NBA Jam and NBA Showtime or NBA on NBC, but I'll be playing NBA 2K13 as we speak. So, as far as being a retro gamer, I'm just a gamer. I love all games. I try to, even though I'm far behind on the current gens, I still love anything I played from NES to the 360. Genesis, Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, TurboGrafx, the obscure systems. So, the short answer to that is no. I don't consider myself to be a retro gamer, just a gamer. Alright, well that's my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please follow and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any questions that you would like to be answered on one of these videos, please do not hesitate to ask off YouTube or Facebook or Twitter. This is Mr. Paku Paku signing off.